Hello viewers, another beautiful day. Yep, hope your five senses work, health and strength is good or excellent. Alright, now NVIDIA shares WAYLAND driver roadmap, encourage VULKAN WAYLAND compositor. Says here at the Xorg Developer Conference XDC happening this week in Montreal, NVIDIA shares a roadmap around their WAYLAND plans as well as encouraging WAYLAND compositors to target VULKAN API. Austin Schaefer and James Jones of NVIDIA Linux Unix team presented at XDC 2024 on some of their recent WAYLAND driver features, namely exploit sync support, as well as going on to cover some feature NVIDIA Linux driver plans. They shared NVIDIA has been ramping up their internal WAYLAND testing, and among the feature items they plan to ensure are supporting the upstream high dynamic range HDR, color pipeline user space API. They are also looking at internal display muxin on WAYLAND, enabling the FBdev and mode set kernel module parameter option for their driver by default, and NVIDIA settings utility under WAYLAND being read-only settings. They have hit some additional pain point in WAYLAND support that they are exploring. Let's see, they got the upcoming work for WAYLAND roadmap. Then they have the problem encountering pain point during development. Let's see what they got here. Remote desktop, window management, use case, full mode remote, launch, session, physical display, get remote. Anyway, let me keep going here. It says here, those wishing to learn more can see the side deck and the XDC 2024 video recording below. I'll leave the link in the description box. Then it says NVIDIA Austin Schaefer also presented on VULKAN for WAYLAND compositor. He encouraged OpenGL no longer being the default API used for the compositor development, but VULKAN being a much better fit. Says here, then it shows the why VULKAN. Then it shows multi-device awareness, and they got miscellaneous. Yeah, it says see if I can keep going here. It says in particular, VULKAN explicit design makes it much better for WAYLAND compositor, better multi-device awareness, and other features. Then it says the VULKAN WAYLAND compositor encouragement slide for those interested via this PDF. There we have 69 comments. Let's see what they're yapping about here. 69 comments. Let me see if I can get through them. Alright, let's see. A1, let's see, A1B2 said this: there are many difficult places in the Linux kernel. Over the past 38 years, many naive solutions have gathered, and those who are writing drivers now cannot know all the intricacies of the Linux kernel, but those who know the Linux kernel well cannot write good drivers for NVIDIA hardware. What is the way out? Question mark. And then Merle said this: looking forward to Quinn switching to VULKAN. At least developers are looking into it. And then let's see. Ours said this: finally, every other graphics driver in the kernel has been doing modest settings by default. You need no modest to disable this. For years and years and years now, I actually don't know when mode setting was first added to the kernel. It's that old. Having to configure this manually is the biggest source of user error for NVIDIA. Doesn't work with WAYLAND. And then Quack said this: use VULKAN is nice in theory, but GL won't die anytime soon. And depending on VULKAN, say MPL, some device won't even work anyways. So, and then who is this? See, who is this? Whoops. And then let's see, ours said this: anything modern will. I think it's fine to support Vulkan as long as the compositor don't abandon their OpenGL code path. I know for a fact the old laptop I'm typing this on doesn't support Vulkan except via lava pipe slash lil VM pipe, but OpenGL works fine via Crocus. It's not realistic to do that. They can probably probe the Vulkan driver and enable it by default or anything other than lava pipes. And then Brad Zero said this: they can't. When NVIDIA does not release documentation, NVIDIA always is and will be the problem. And who was this? Barry said this. Barry Essa said this: Vulkan might be almighty across Endeavor API, but it's nice to see NVIDIA finally caring about WAYLAND this year. The next RHEL and Ubuntu LTS are scary enough. They put an emoji on there. And then who is this? Let's see, who's this? Then Brad Zero said this: that's really dumb and doesn't resolve anything. Yeah, people are sharing their thoughts and inputs on this. Who else I can? Quack said this: last I checked, RX 580 still can't run WL root Vulkan. This may have changed, but I haven't seen an email or any of the related issue, but agreed. I still use some device on Crocus too. Recently picked out an old Android box and started playing with it. Good old Lima driver. And then let's see, 666 said this. He says, sure, but it will be just system link to Zinc for any hardware support Vulkan. And then one more. Mo Bad Boy said this: WAYLAND should just reject all of NVIDIA's CRS to hurt their market share. And then he came back again. Mo Bad Boy says WAYLAND should reject. Okay. Then 666 says this: NVIDIA transitioning from complete ignorance to pretending to care. I'm just watching unimpressed. And then Colo said this: it's satisfying to see one of my reasons to sticking with X11, the ad hoc incomplete nature of replacing XDo tool and WMC control shows up in WAYLAND. Pain point slide from a big company. Look, I think the reason that NVIDIA is also interested in all of this, when Valve came out with the Steam Deck, and they had AMD support behind them, and you see AMD is in a lot of these portable PC, and they got their tech in a lot of these portable PC. NVIDIA took notice of this, so now all of a sudden now you see NVIDIA is more like, what's that word I'm looking for? Assertive in the Linux community. They're trying to make their presence be felt. But to me, AMD really stole the show when they came out with the Steam Deck. Because every time you turn around, the Steam Deck is in the news, and wherever the Steam Deck is in the news, AMD is right there. So to me, NVIDIA is trying to make up grounds, by being more, helpful, useful in the Linux community. Because there was an article like a couple months ago where I think it was PC Games In that had it, and they were talking about NVIDIA, kind of like, what's that word I'm looking for? Jealous of AMD. So now you see NVIDIA is like trying to make their self more, appearing to care about Linux community. They're trying to stay competitive with AMD in the Linux community. That's what all this boils down to when you really look at it. So yeah, well, we got 66 comments here, but it's about 8 pages. I was just reading a couple of them, but yeah. NVIDIA is trying to improve things with Linux, and they are gonna, according to this article, let's see, where is it? It says here they're gonna make let's see, where is it? They're gonna make VULKAN. I mean, was it VULKAN the primary? Where is it? Let's see. The primary, but OpenGL they're no longer being the API default. But according to the comments, you know, people were saying that they should keep it just in case, you know. So yeah. But there's a video here of the conference, and I will leave the link in the description box. But to me, the reason why I see NVIDIA doing all this, you know, is because of AMD and the success that they had with Valve and the Steam Deck, and AMD tech is in a lot of these handheld. So NVIDIA now is trying to make their presence. They're trying to make their presence appear. They're trying to help be more, aware and be more helpful in the Linux community. That way NVIDIA can stay competitive with AMD. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars, Star Trek thing. Dark Side. Go. Peace.